I do on the Sabbath? I can't do this on the Sabbath. I can't do that on the Sabbath. So we have different Israelite groups out here who send mixed messages to people, and they tell y'all that y'all can't cook on the Sabbath. Y'all can't cut lights on. Y'all can't kindle no fire on the Sabbath. But the scriptures don't say that. The Most High actually created the Sabbath for man, not the man for Sabbath. So if we go to Exodus chapter 12, verse 16, and it said, and in the first day there shall be an holy convocation. In the seventh day there shall be a holy convocation to you. No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which is every man must eat, that only may be done of you. Meaning, like, if I wanted something, I can't have people making me stuff to eat and all that. I can't have. It's saying, and in the first day there shall be a holy convocation, and in the seventh day shall be a holy convocation. So that first day would be Sunday, because in the Bible and in history and in life, Sunday is actually the first day of the week. Sunday is not Monday. Sunday is. So it was telling you on the Sabbath. It said, this is Exodus chapter 12, verse 16. It said, in the first day there shall be an holy convocation, and in the seventh day there shall be a holy convocation to you. No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which is every man must eat, there only may be done of you. Meaning you got to make your own food and stuff. So if you go to Numbers, and the only reason why I'm doing this, I ain't sending shots out at no other Israelite groups, but I think we supposed to be one voice, one mind. And y'all telling people when they keep the Sabbath, they ain't allowed to eat nothing. They can't cook nothing. They got to make their meals the day before. When Sabbath was created for the man, when I say created for man, Sabbath was the day that the Most High created for us to chill on. That's a chill day. That's a rest day. That's the day we supposed to kick back and enjoy ourselves, not a day to be stressed and damn, the Sabbath coming up. We supposed to rejoice on the Sabbath. So it say, this is Numbers. We're going to go to Numbers chapter 28, verse 9 and 10. And it say, and on the Sabbath day, 2 lambs, the first year without a spot, and 2/10 deals of flour for the meat offering, mingled with oil, and the drink offering thereof. This is the burnt offering of every Sabbath. You hear that? So this was for the Israelite groups that say you can't cook on the Sabbath. They used to cook on the Sabbath. They made shorewood bread. They had to make the bread and everything. This is a scripture on 28. I'm just trying to correct brothers for telling people that want to come into the fold, like, I want to keep the Sabbath. I want to start following the Most High. And then y'all telling them, hey, well, y'all can't, on the Sabbath, y'all can't cook nothing. Y'all can't. That's not true. No. So on Numbers 28, it says in 9 and 10, it says, on the Sabbath day, this is the Sabbath day we reading about. Sabbath day is Saturday. On the Sabbath day, 2 lambs of the first year without blemish, meaning they brought lambs that were spotless, the best lambs they had. And it said 2 deals of flour for the meat offering mingled with oil. Notice when they even do offerings to the Most High, they fix that thing up. They ain't just throw cuts of meat, cut it up, throw on there. No, they put spices and everything on there. So it say, this is the burnt offering of every Sabbath, besides the continual offering of his meat, of his drink offering. So now we see again that they cook lamb on the Sabbath. They prepared meat on the Sabbath. They had to kindle a fire. They had to use fire. So when y'all telling people, when they say not to kindle a fire, back then you had to go chop down a tree. You had to put in some work. So that was considered work. So now, And like I said, I ain't saying this to like bust at nobody or nothing like that. I'm just trying to say, we got to teach the people. If we're gonna teach them, we got to let them know what's going on right. You know what I'm saying? The Sabbath was created for man, not man for Sabbath. So I'm showing you they cooking on the Sabbath. Because people call me and ask me, like, Jacob, we ain't allowed to, Isaiah, we ain't allowed to cook on the Sabbath. We can't do this and we can't do that. I'm like, who told y'all that? They said, well, they said you can't do such and such, and they can't do such and such. And I'm like, no, they lied. So now this is Corinthians chapter 1, verse 9. I mean, chapter 9, verse 32. And Matthew, one of the Levites, who was the firstborn of Shalom, the Karaite, had to set office over the things that were made in, that had to set officers over the things that were made in pans. So now they got offers and made, they telling me these pans, they had to have officers stand over these pans from food that they had made. All this is taking place on the Sabbath. If we go to Nehemiah, let's see. We go to Nehemiah chapter 10, verse 33. And it says, for the showbread and for the continual meat offering and for the continual burnt offering of the Sabbaths and of the new moons, for the set feasts and for the holy things and for the sin offering, to make an atonement for Israel and for all the work of the house of our God. So they're showing you they used to cook the shorewood bread. They used to do all that on the Sabbath. They're doing this on the Sabbath. So when people be under the impression that, you know, and I don't like to call y'all like, no, because y'all still our brothers. So I don't like to call nobody no fake Israelite group, but groups that's coming up now, y'all, we can cook on the Sabbath. We kindle. When they say kindle, we don't have to go out and chop out wood or none of that. We don't have to do that. You know, when you say you can't kindle a fire, you can't, do you know when you cut your heat on in the wintertime, it's an ignition that takes place, that sparks a fire to get the furnace going. So you'll be setting the fire if you cut your heat up. That wouldn't make sense. If I wanted something to eat and I threw it in the microwave, I will still be kindling a fire. So when y'all tell people they can't use or cook on the Sabbath, that's not true, because they cooked every Sabbath for the showbread and everything. They had to cook that up. So now let's keep going. Let's go to the book of Mark. Notice how I go from the Old Testament to the New Testament to show you that the Bible say the same thing. You know, so I'm reading y'all scriptures from the Old Testament to the New Testament. So, you know, I got calls for people ask me, and then I didn't want them to seem a little discouraged, because they asked me, they said, well, can I cook on the Sabbath? I said, yeah. They said, do you cook on the Sabbath? I said, boy, listen, if I got something to cook, I'm going to cook. Yeah, I use that air fryer in the heartbeat on the Sabbath. Yeah. So what I'm reading to y'all are scriptures that every Sabbath they made the show bread, and they kindled a fire every Saturday. The Israelites did. See, the Sabbath was made for man. The man wasn't created for the Sabbath. People make it seem like the Sabbath is the day of Shalom, sis. I mean, well, not sis. Shalom. So it was like in the scriptures, like, so a lot of, I think people be discouraged because when they hear like, well, I can't cook, I can't shop, I can't go nowhere on the Sabbath. I said, man, that's a lie. You can cook on the Sabbath. But if you owned a business, if I had an establishment, I couldn't make the workers work on the Sabbath, had them cooking and serving people. Most High said that's their day. They supposed to relax. So when we read the book of Mark, chapter 3, verse 4, it says, and he said unto them, it is lawful to do good on the Sabbath, the Sabbath days, or to do evil, to save life, or to kill. But they held their peace. So this is a question they present. The question Mark was saying is, he said to them, it is lawful to do good on the Sabbath. We're supposed to be doing good on the Sabbath. He said the Sabbath days to do good or to do evil, to save life or to kill. So, you know, if you had a person in their life, you needed to save them, would you not save them because it's the Sabbath? Of course you're going to save them. Christ said if you had a donkey in the ditch, you wouldn't get him out of the ditch because it's the Sabbath. You're going to go get him out the ditch. So let's go to Matthew 12, verse 12. Matthew 12, verse 12 states, it says, this is Christ speaking. He said, how much then is a man better than a sheep? Wherefore it is lawful to do well on the Sabbath days. So when people be having the wrong impression about the Sabbath, because they think, well, you can't cook on the Sabbath. They cooked on the Sabbath. They cooked on the Sabbath. This is Exodus chapter 12, verse 16. You go to Exodus chapter 12, verse 16, it says, and in the first day there shall be a holy convocation, and in the seventh day there shall be a holy convocation to you. No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat, that only may be done of you. Meaning, if I needed something, I got to fix my own food. I can't have workers making my food and none of that. Do you know what's so good about the Sabbath day when the Most High said he rests? I'm about to tell y'all something that flew over a lot of y'all heads. Let's go to Genesis chapter 2. And this is where most Christians get stuck at. When you read Genesis chapter 1, Adam and Eve is not mentioned in Genesis chapter 1. That's creation. Salam, bro. So that's creation, you know, when you read about Genesis chapter 1. Genesis chapter 2 is the seventh day. Now I'm reading to y'all, letting y'all know the Most High said you don't do no work on the seventh day. The seventh day is the Sabbath day. That's Saturday. Sunday is the first day of the week. Not Monday. Sunday is. Shit, your calendar tell you that. But people will look at that calendar and don't even pay that no attention. So I want y'all to, I'm going to read something to y'all, and I'm going to see if y'all can comprehend what I'm saying, because y'all keep saying Adam and Eve is the first two people on the planet. Let me show you something. When you go to Genesis chapter 1, drop down to verse 28, it tells you, and God blessed them and said, wait a minute, verse 27, Genesis chapter 1, verse 27, it says, so God created man in his own image, and the image of God created him, male, and the image of God created him. See, this is the part that throw people off. So God created man in his own image, and in the image God created him, male and female created he them. So in Genesis chapter 1, verse 27, it tells you the Most High created male and female. He created male and female. He didn't just create no Adam and Eve. Genesis chapter 1 is creation. When you go to Genesis chapter 2, this is when the game switch up. So when you go to Genesis chapter 2, this is what y'all have to understand. This is why I'm reading to y'all about the Sabbath. That's the seventh day. In Genesis chapter 2, it said, thus the heavens and the earth was finished, and all the host of them. And on the seventh day, God ended his work, which he had made. And he rested on the seventh day from all his work, which he had made. Are y'all comprehending in Genesis chapter 2 what this is saying? They say the Most High rest on the seventh day. Genesis chapter 1, Adam and Eve is not even mentioned. That's creation. That's creation. So for all of y'all say Adam and Eve was the first two people on the planet, no Bible verse ever said that. Christianity taught you that. I showed you in Genesis chapter 1, verse 27, the Most High created male and female. When he said he created them, them is plural. meaning he created more than one male, more than one female. So now when you go to Genesis chapter 2, this is when he's going to talk about Adam. Now you have to remember, in the Bible, a day, it's like 1,000 years to the Lord. That's what the scriptures say. So this is not a period of a 24-hour period. So this is not a literal 7 days. This is a time span. So now I'm showing you on Genesis chapter 2, when the Most High said he rested, that means he couldn't have created Adam. So it says Genesis chapter 2, thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the hosts of them. And on the seventh day, God ended his work which he had made. And he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which God created and made. These are the generations of the heavens and of the earth when they were created in the day the Lord God had made the heaven and earth. Now, when you go to that word, when it say the word, what the show on my phone? Shit is all about. So when you read in Genesis chapter 2, you notice how I say the Most High was finished with all his work. He was pleased with everything he did. This is the seventh day. This is the seventh day. So now let's keep going. We say, this is verse 5. And now he's talking about the things he's created. He's talking about them. He said, and every plant of the field before it was on the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew. For the Lord God, this is the Most High, had not caused it to rain upon the earth. And there was not a man to till the ground. So this is giving a reference back into the beginning when he was putting something down. He said, and there went up a mist from the earth and the water of the whole face of the ground. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. And the man became a living soul. So let me ask y'all in the chat. When it say, and the Lord God formed man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, what do that mean? This is when he's talking about Adam. What y'all think that means? I don't know nothing about no polytheist made God from made gods in man's image from carpet dust on the ground. I don't know nothing about no carpet dust on the ground. You know, humans aren't made from dust. I didn't ever say the dust of the ground represented that. I'm asking the question, what did it mean when he said he took man from the dust of the ground? You got to remember, let me remember this. The reason why I'm presenting this question to y'all, I want y'all to challenge y'all own thinking. Verse 7 said, and the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and the man became a living soul. What do that mean? I want somebody to tell me what they think that means. Now, I want y'all to remember this. If you say God took man from the dust of the ground, you have to remember, go back up to the top of this verse, the top of this chapter. It said, thus the heavens and the earth was finished, and all the host of them. That means he finished the earth, he finished the heaven, and all the things he created, he was finished. He said, and on the seventh day, you know how y'all like to say the Lord rests the seventh day? When he's talking about he took this man from the dust of the ground, that's the seventh day. That's the day he rested. When you read Genesis chapter 2, that's the day the Lord rests, the seventh day. So when he said he took man from the dust of the ground, what y'all think that means? Because you remember, he said he was finished with all his work. Let me keep going. And God, he said, and God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which God created and made. So when we go down to verse 7, if he's creating a man from the dust of the ground, then that means he didn't rest the seventh day. That means he was still working. He was still creating. So he said he took man from the dust of the ground and blew in his nostrils the breath of life. What do that mean? That can't mean he's creating a man. I just need y'all to think for a minute. If he said he rested the seventh day and he was finished with all his work, then he can't be creating a man. I'm gonna give y'all an answer. I'm gonna give y'all a few more scriptures. I just be wanting y'all to think for yourself sometime. Read the top of Genesis chapter 2. He finished with all his work. So we can't think this mean what we say it mean, because then the rest of it wouldn't be true. So this have to mean something else, I would think. Let me see if I can find y'all a preset to rock out with. I think I got something for y'all though. Now, this is second Esdras. This is the backup Genesis, the scripture I'm reading y'all. This is second Esdras in the Apocrypha. The Apocrypha was in the original Bible. You know, the Protestant church, they took all these books out in the 1700s. In second Esdras 3:5-7, it says, and gave a body unto Adam without a soul, which was the workmanship of thy hands, and didst breathe into him the breath of life. So now let's go back to Genesis chapter 2. Let's go back. I want y'all to rock out with me now. Genesis chapter 2. We know Adam is not the first man on the planet. This is why I took y'all to Genesis chapter 1 to show y'all verse 27. God created male and female. He created a multitude of people. Wasn't no two damn people. Now, I took you to Genesis chapter 2 to show you that the Most High was finished with all his work. This is the seventh day. So when he said he finished with all his work, he cannot be creating Adam again. So let's go over this again. And I'm going to break it down slowly for y'all. I'm going to run this down for y'all real slow like. This Genesis chapter 2 is the seventh day. It's the day the Lord rests. He said, thus the heavens and the earth was finished and all the hosts of them. And on the seventh day, God ended his work, which he had made. And he rested on the seventh day from all his work, which he had made. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because it had rested from all his work, which God created and made. So he said he rests. He was finished. He was finished with all his work. Y'all have to get that in your head. Before y'all get down to verse 7, he said he was finished. Man, you got some weird dudes on here. Anyway, it says, so now we're going to drop down to verse 7. And it said, and the Lord God formed man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. And the man became a living soul. Well, we know he didn't create another man. He couldn't create another man because he was finished with all his work. This is the seventh day. This is the day God rested. So now let's go to Esdras. Esdras backs up precept upon precept. Esdras, second Esdras chapter 3, verse 5-7. And gave his a body unto Adam without a soul, which was the workmanship of thy hands, and did breathe into him the breath of life. And he was made a living before thee. So what that mean when he said Adam was alive, but he didn't have no soul. He was just a walking vessel. And then the Most High breathed the breath of life into him, and he became a living soul. What do that mean? We know it can't mean he creating Adam. That can't mean that. That's the seventh day. That's the day the Lord rests. So it can't mean that. So now let me show y'all what I'm gonna break it down for y'all on some real like proper way, like. Okay. So now, male and female was already walking the planet. That's why I took you Genesis chapter 1. Adam is actually the first man that the Most High dealt with. So you said when he took Adam from the dust of the ground, he took Adam from a low state. So now, I tell you, he took Adam from a low state and he blew the breath of life into him. We got to learn, see, what is the breath of life? Is the breath of life when you blow some life and they come alive, or does the breath of life has a biblical definition for what it means? So now this is what we're going to do. We're going to go to these scriptures and see, can we find anywhere what does the breath of life represents in the Bible? That's what we got to do. In the book of Baruch 4:1, it said, in the breath of life, all that keep thee shall come alive. The breath of life has always been the laws, statutes, and commandments. You know why the breath of life? So I want y'all to picture this. Adam and me, they was already here. And then the Most High took Adam from the low state and he blew the breath of life into him. What was the breath of life? God's laws, statutes, and commandments. You know they had the laws, statutes, commandments in the Garden of Eden because Cain and Abel was doing sacrifices to the Most High. When Noah was taking the animals, they knew what animals was clean, what animals wasn't clean. So the breath of life was always God's laws, statutes, and commandments because it said all that keep them come to life. But let's keep going. Let's see if I can find it somewhere else in the Bible. See, is there anywhere else I can find that? Let's see, we're going to go to Genesis chapter 2. Oh, and it's saying 7, the same thing. We're going to go to Ezekiel. We're going to go to Ezekiel 37 and 9. Ezekiel 37 and 9. It say, then he said unto me, prophesy unto the wind, prophesy the Son of Man, and say to the wind, thus said the Lord God, come from our four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain, that they may live. So I prophesied and commanded me, the breath came into them, and they lived and stood up on their feet, an exceedingly great army. It's like it said God's supernatural powers, fertility knife. Listen, God's supernatural powers. I think sometimes we take God's powers and we make them more than what they is. I mean, when I don't want to mean make them more than what we is, we take the Bible and we make it harder to understand. Oh, the precept and the precept in second Ezra is let me see. It's second Ezra chapter 3, 5 through 7. And the breath of life was the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1. You can also get it in Ezekiel 37, 3 through 9. So let me see what this dude's saying. This dude keeps talking about some Mark. Hey, man, what is you talking about a young man wearing nothing but linen and garment was following Jesus? I see. Let's go. You got to start at the top of the chapter and get the context of the conversation. It said, after 2 days was the feast of the Passover and the unleavened bread, and the chief priests and the scribes saw how they might take him by craft and put him to death. They was trying to conspire against Christ to take him. This is the context of the conversation. So when you say it was a naked boy with Christ, this is type of the mentality. I don't mind doing this personally, because it really don't bother me. When you say, why was Christ? You say, you are a weirdo, you worship Hey, listen, a woman abuser. Let me tell you something about the Most High. You know what I'm saying? You a weirdo. You a weirdo. Y'all just keep, and then you say, won't you put your whole name on there? And you talking about you're a weirdo, you worship a woman abuser. I worship a woman abuser. Let me tell you something, you weird niggas in life. Nowhere in no entities in life did the man rule over, the woman was ruling over men. Only weak men want women to rule over them. That's why the world so feminized now. You sound real crazy talking about I worship a woman abuser. No, I worship the Most High, and the Most High had men. You know why the Most High had men? Because it always started back then. You know who was the weaker vessel? The woman. When the man wanted to cause division, he didn't pull down on Adam. You hear that, weak nigga? He didn't pull down on Adam. He pulled down on the woman because she was the weaker vessel. And what he did is he stroked her ego. He told her how great she can be. You know how women like to hear how great she can be, how bad she can be, how big she can be, great as the Most High. And she slipped and fell. And she brought it back to Adam. Adam got punished for following the woman. And you know why the Most High said a woman can never be in that position again? Because it said the woman misled the man. She misled the man. So when you say, God, worship a woman abuser, you sound real goofy, man. You sound really goofy. You must be one of them dudes, dudes. What y'all call yourself? And then y'all, this is how dumb y'all is. Y'all talk about woman is the creator of the earth. Let me help give y'all some science to something. Listen, let me give y'all some science to some things. The man carries the seed. Do you understand that? The man carries the seed. The man puts seed in woman. So if it's a woman that's alive, it had to be a man around somewhere first. A woman just can't up and create no man. She needs the seed. A woman don't carry seed. The man do. So when y'all keep talking about this woman is the mother of creation, man is the mother of this, the man is the man of the creation. He is, because he put that seed in that woman. And that's how that woman has a child. She don't carry no seed. Without sperm, without a man, she can't do nothing. So you a weirdo. I can't believe you said something like that. Sometimes I don't even remind. I know a lot of y'all niggas don't believe in the Bible. I really don't care. The Bible is a history book. It really ain't got nothing to do with no damn religion. That's how slow a lot of y'all is. You do AI, AL. I'm talking you, AL. That's how slow you is. Y'all pick this book up and think it got something to do. Now it's about a particular, it's a God. Let me show you what this God did. Let me take you all the way to Deuteronomy chapter 32. Let me run it down to you, because you kind of, you with a name like AI, you sound slow. So AL, whatever you call yourself. Let me see. It say this. When the Most High, this is in Deuteronomy 32, when the Most High divided the nations, their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, and he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. For the Lord's portion is his people and a lot of his inheritance. So the God of this Bible ain't even the God of everybody. He's only the God of children of Israel. That's my God. That's my God. And my God say, hey, me and we gonna rule the world. You know who that 144,000 that's with Jesus Christ? That's men. That's men. That's 12,000 men taken from every tribe. Men. Now, apparently you didn't read the whole book of Mark chapter 14, because what all I had to do was go up a couple of verses to see you didn't know what the hell you was talking about. That's like most of you Christians. Y'all try to pick a little verse and try to go south with it. Man, you can't go south with me. I'm one of the priests of the children of Israel. What is you talking about? We study this book over and in, out, sideways, back, front. We study this every day. So it ain't nothing you can say to get me off my rocker. Why was Jesus Christ with a man? You sound how stupid you sound. Why was he with a man? I bet you one of the dudes that went out and voted for Kamala Harris. You voted for a man. You voted to sleep with a man. You voted to be with man. That's who you is. And anybody that disrespect my God, I will have no respect. You the weirdo. You worship a profile. What do you say? A pedophile and a woman abuser. I said you the weirdo. You call the Most High a pedophile and a woman abuser. That's how slow you is, dude. Hey, listen, them gods y'all worshiping Kemet ain't real. What you worship anyway? You probably one of them dumb niggas talking, I worship the universe. The universe, one of them dumb niggas. But you know what? Everything had to be created from someone and somewhere. Existence couldn't just boom happen like that. So when you want to get on here and have a real live conversation, AL or whatever your name is, Al Gal, that ain't even a real name. That's how much I know you a hoe ass nigga. You got to be a hoe ass nigga to put a fake name up there. Don't know real niggas. Don't know real strong. And you talk no wonder. That's why you say he a woman abuser. You ain't even a real man. A real man would have stood there and held accountable. You a weak dude. You didn't ran. You done took off running. Get back on here. Let's have this conversation, you hoe ass nigga. Don't call my God no pedophile. You probably a pedophile. I know you're a pedophile. Most of you dudes who went out and voted for Kamala Harris, y'all pedophiles. Who votes for a woman that want to have sex changes with children and shit? Weak black men. That's who. Weak black men want to vote to see that men can use women bathrooms. Weak black men. You sissified nigga, don't ever get on here running your mouth. We can do this all day. I'm with it. You know, I was locked up with some dudes. We used to call them cell warriors. I'm with that. I'll bang with you all night. But I want to use the Bible because I know you don't know what you're talking about. So you need to go to the top of that chapter and read it in context. You probably took slow classes. That's what you probably did. I know a lot of y'all, when y'all pick books up, y'all comprehension skills be kind of slow. And you probably get that from your mama. Your mama was probably slow, and her mama was slow, and her mama was slow because I know your daddy wasn't around. You talking about woman abuser. Your mama probably used to get beat. That's why you call the Most High a woman abuser. Your mama probably was getting beat. You know, what a guy called himself Al Gal, that's a weak nigga, man. He probably needed to beat your mama. You know what I'm saying? You know, I know what you say, man, beating women ain't nothing beating men. Listen, let me tell you something about me. Some of the most tragical things that ever happened in life, women then did it. Some of the strongest men that ever walked this planet, women then brung them down. So all this shit about women, I look at women like they're dangerous because they are. The Most High say they hard as treacherous. That's what the Most High said. So I ain't listening to no sissified ass, woman ass, dick in the booty ass nigga. Now I'm back to myself. I thought we was gonna have this conversation, but you didn't put them little messages in there, and now you didn't rant. Calling somebody, where y'all niggas get this weirdo stuff from? Most of you niggas holler dudes is weirdo. Y'all be saying weird shit. Y'all whole reality be weird. Weirdo. Women didn't run Kemet. What civilization did you say women did run? Because I get tired. What y'all call them dudes? You probably one of them dudes that was cool with what's that nigga name? Oh man, what's his name? He caught that rape case too. Damn, he in jail right now. He was one of them women dudes running around here talking about women are the universe. and went straight out on the woman and found semen all on her clothes and everything. Little girl. That was that. Oh, the conscious community. That's what they was called. The conscious. The conscious community. You can't tell me how nothing came into existence, but you gonna tell me some weird shit that you can't prove. The prophecies in the Bible have came true and still coming true. They coming true. All the way to the Euphrates rivers drying up, all the way to Magog rising up and becoming a world. You know who Magog is in the Bible? That's Russia. Hamites, Moabites, all these people are people in the Bible, nations. But you wouldn't know that because you was in LD classes and I forgot your mama was slow. You know? So seeing your mama was slow, you don't even know that. So with that being said, since you ain't got nothing else to say, we are the ISUPK out of 125th Street. And don't wait till I get off this thing and off this internet and you start talking a whole lot of slick stuff, man. You know, don't wait till we get off of there, because if you get off of there, I'm going to be on your ass next time I get back in here. I'll get tired of you dumb niggas picking up the Bible, running y'all mouth and don't know what y'all talking about. You know why you a dumb nigga, Al guy? I'm going to tell you why you a dumb nigga. You a dumb nigga because I think I know your mama. And she was dumb. Your mama was dumb. Her sister was dumb. Your mama's mama was dumb. You come from a long line of dummies. You hear that, Al Gal? That's where you come from. And if you got kids, guess what? They dumb as hell. They're dumb as hell because you their father, and then the woman that chose you, she can't be shit either. So she got to be a dumb bride. You come from a long list of dumb people. That's what you come from. Now, the rest of my brothers probably would have stopped by now. But me personally, when somebody get off in here like the troll, we call it cell warrior where I come from. You know why we call it cell warrior? I'm going to tell you what cell warrior was. Cell warrior was when a nigga was behind a cell and you couldn't get to him to break his jaw, beat him all up in Lucasville, maximum security. You know, this is why they came up with throwing boo-boo in the joint, because you couldn't get to them. They were cell warriors. That's what you troll dudes be. Y'all be cell warriors. But I'm with it. I'm with it. See, you can see my face. You ain't going to even show your face. You probably scraped up. Your mama scraped up. You come from a whole line of scraped up people. Now I'm going to get off this thing talking about your mama and your mama's mama and your mama's mama's mama. Your mama then was dumb in slavery. That's how dumb your mama was, man. You hear me? They sent your dumb ass mama out to go pick cotton, and her dumb ass came out with them little willows that you blow. Her dumb ass thought that was cotton. You hear me? She was so dumb, they took her out the field. She wasn't even in the field. She couldn't even be in the field. They sure wasn't going to put her in the house. She was too stupid to be in the house. And she passed that down all the way down to your dumb ass. With that said, we are the ISUPK out of 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the commanding general, your honor, to all of my blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You know, I love to have this conversation with y'all. One more time, I was just trying to let y'all know before I was so rudely interrupted that the Sabbath day was made for man, not man for Sabbath. Only reason why I took y'all back to Adam and Eve to show you there's no verse in the Bible that ever said Adam was the first man on the, Adam and Eve was the first two people on the planet. Genesis chapter 1 is the creation of the earth. In Genesis chapter 1, verse 27, the Most High created male and female. When you read Genesis chapter 2, this is when Adam is mentioned. That's a whole nother day. That's the seventh day. You know what that means? The seventh day mean? That means that's the day the Lord rests. So he didn't take Adam off the dirt and create him and then took a rib, closed his eyes, cut him open, took a rib out his body and created Eve. That didn't happen, man. That didn't happen like that. These are metaphors. Now listen, I need y'all to get back with me next week, man, on same bat station, same bat channel. You know, also we got a class tomorrow popping off with my brother Yawathon. You know, this class called Hard and Raw. I give it to y'all hard and raw. That's what my class is called, Hard and Raw. I don't cut no corners. I ain't here about to hold y'all hand. I ain't even about to tell y'all sweet things to make y'all feel good. This is not the church. You're going to get some reality check shit here. That's what you're going to get. I'm going to give it to you hard and raw. And shit, if y'all don't like it, it really ain't shit y'all can do about it. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I'm thinking about it. What could you possibly do about it? I know you probably some shit. No, you wouldn't. Whatever you think you would do might be some shit I like to do. I might be into it. What you talking about? Well, whatever. I might be on that. So I say that to say, my class is called Hard and Raw. So when I break these scriptures down, I try to make y'all think for yourself without allowing people to think for y'all. I believe we get led around so much that we think that other people, this is how much people think for us. This is crazy. In the Bible, Christ compared the kingdom of heaven to having 10 wives. Now, the people in the church say it's wrong to have more than one wife, but then they went out and voted for guys to have gay marriages. I don't understand that. How is wrong for a man to have more than one wife, even though in the Bible they had more than one wife? Even though it's laws how you supposed to treat a woman if you have more than one wife, churches to say forget about all that. But then go vote for Kamala Harris to have homosexual marriages. I'm confused. Like, it's wrong for me to have me somebody else, but it ain't wrong if I got a man. You see how we allow people to think for us? When she went over there to Africa, they banned homosexuality in Africa, in Jamaica, everywhere. But we with it because other people think for us. We don't think for ourselves. Whatever they tell us to do, we go to it. Joe Biden been locking niggas up. He wrote a crime bill so raw, all he had to do is tell y'all he's sorry. Put a couple of rappers in front of y'all. You know, rappers speak for us now. Basketball players and rappers. That's who talk for the poverty, the broke people now. That's who speak for us. People that live in mansions and shit like that. Wealthy people. They got y'all going out voting for something that don't really even pertain to them. Tyler Perry telling y'all to go out and take what's the name shots, and they show him taking a shot. Y'all don't even know what he was shooting at him. Like, they put these celebrities in front of y'all because y'all so caught up with this social media shit, and everybody want to be like the have and the have not, and them people living a whole total fake life. You just seen half of Hollywood, damn near half of Hollywood, messing with kids and all type of shit. You see this shit with Jay-Z. Everybody told me I don't believe Jay-Z did that. Man, Jay-Z was hitting Foxy Brown when she was 14. The woman told y'all he was sleeping with her. And y'all said she was crazy. She was crazy, man. Jay-Z messed with Beyonce. They said he was hitting Beyonce when she was 16. He hit that when he was 16, when she was 16. But if you got money or if you balling, then you ain't considered a pedophile if you mess with young girls. You niggas know what I'm talking about. When I used to get out of school, I used to see all of y'all lined up in front of the house, in front of the school. Cadillacs, Chevys, all of y'all was sleeping with young girls. Now y'all be talking shit. And you young girls, you women, don't be talking shit about the black men, because y'all used to take advantage of the older niggas. Y'all know them older niggas be liking y'all, and y'all be working their ass. They got some shit out now called, what they call it, sponsors. Yeah, I hear some young girl talking about they got to get a sponsor. I said, man, what the hell is a sponsor? That's about the fourth time I heard that. A sponsor is a trick. It's a trick. You're going to sponsor for a moment. You know what I'm saying? But listen, man, I ain't going to go on with this, man. I just basically got to tell y'all, I come here to tell y'all, man, listen, we got to come together, man, one way or the other. I know y'all keep feeling like we ain't, we got to come together, man. When I tell y'all when I was in Indianapolis and they was at that gun and at them gun stores, them white folks had them lines wrapped around the corner buying guns. And it showed wasn't to kill each other. Y'all think a race wide ain't gonna happen. Y'all keep believing all this happy nigga. Y'all know how much stuff taking place right now. Do you know why Donald Trump want to try to put these things against China and these other? Because they crushing America's economy. They crushing America. Y'all just don't know now. Y'all know when y'all get them little food stamp cards and y'all go in there and y'all see what y'all done bought and y'all see how much food stamps y'all use and y'all like, damn, I ain't really got nothing. I remember I used to go spend this and this cart was jumping. Them days leaving. It's going to get rougher and rougher. And if we don't come together, we're going to lose. We got to come together. We ain't got no other choice. They're going to put it where it ain't going to be no choice. And all you niggas who think y'all sleeping with white girls think y'all an exception. Do you know what they're doing to black folks down in Mississippi? They catch them with white girls down there, down south. Look that up. Look up how many black men that was dating white women just been hung just this year. I ain't even talking about this. I'm talking about this year. Why is they hanging all them black men down there? They finding all them black men down there hung. Somebody tell me why. And it ain't no investigation going on because they keep doing it. So you think the white police officers down there helping them black guys and helping them down there? Part of me, the first time I didn't feel nothing, but I kind of was mad because I said, man, well, shit, them boys shouldn't be messing with white women no way. That's what I said at first. But then after a while, I said, man, fuck all that. I ain't gonna just keep killing my people. You know what I'm saying? And I don't just be talking that. I'm one of them dudes, when I went to maximum security prison, this true story. Anybody know Jacoba can tell you. There used to be a group in there called the Aryan Brotherhood, and they had shit on Smash. So when I got down there to Lucasville, maximum security, this right doing a ride. I'm talking about they dying down there. We was a group of young guys. We was like the first wave of young guys they sent down there. So when they set us down there, the first time I heard a dude getting beat, I ain't never heard a dude scream and yell and cry. That it messed with me mentally. So you know what I did? Because I felt like that was my brother and I was stronger than him. I started kicking on my door. Keep in mind, I'm 19 years old. I'm 135 pounds, but my heart was bigger than the population of New York. So I'm kicking on the door. Finally, the COs come to the door. They run out the cell. They've been in there fucking him up. So now they run out there on me. So then I tell them, pick somebody strong. He weak. Don't mess with him. Y'all want somebody strong, come for me. So they bust my door open, came in and kicked my ass. But I didn't cry, scream, yell. They ain't get none of that up out of me, But I had to get him up off that brother. So the other brothers that was seeing it, they was like, damn, this little nigga did this, little young boy did this, So by that time I got out the hole, I got a clique of young niggas from Cleveland, all us like, from 18 to 22, we young, and it's a flock of us. But I'm watching how brothers getting stabbed down there in Lucasville. I'm watching police give these inmates having handcuff keys to get out of handcuffs and stab black guys up while they handcuffed. This shit blew my mind because me coming from the south side of Chicago, I ain't never really seen no shit like that. I came with black men was strong. We was stand-up niggas. We going to war. I wasn't really around a bunch of passive, soft niggas. That's probably why they hate me in Dayton. But anyway, I wasn't used to seeing that. So I started rallying the guys together, and I'm going to say this and I'll let y'all go. I was stabbed in prison twice. Both times I got stabbed, the police helped set me up, but I wasn't tripping because I was the strong one. I brung the rest of us together. So I got to be the strong one. I can't go out no other way. You understand me? So during the course of me being in Lucasville, I had to tell them Peckerwoods, man, if y'all kill another one of these brothers or stab another one of these brothers, man, we gonna start crushing y'all. So, they said, all right. So after a while, it was going back and forth. I was putting my hands on them. I was catching them in the hallways. I'm knocking them down on them in the hallways. And then one day, the police come and get me, and I'm handcuffed and I'm shackled. See, when I was in population, you couldn't touch me because I used to be a member of the GDs, kind of like a head. So I was kind of surrounded by the guys in prison and maximum security. But I was the one that was setting it off. I didn't send shooters. I was the shooter out the crew. I ain't gonna send no. I could send guys. I don't even need to send nobody. I felt like you wasn't gonna put the work in. I was gonna put in, so I'm gonna go myself. So I get stabbed. I knew they was gonna try to stab me because I got a letter the night before. But I felt like, man, my God with me. My God with me. What the hell I look like dying by a white boy? That's my mind state. That's how I was thinking. Man, I can't. Like, this was unheard of where I came from. You know what I'm saying? South side of Chicago, Woodlawn. That's where I'm from. I'm from Woodlawn. This was unheard of. So I'm watching these brothers like way timid or scared. I'm like, man, what's wrong with them? So I took full throttle. And once I took full throttle, I gave my brothers that energy they needed. I gave them that heart they needed. I gave them that, I'm going to show y'all. Y'all ain't got to, I'm going to go first. And I'm going to go to war by my damn self if I got to. But they ain't going to keep hurting my people in here. That's how I was putting it down. So even when I got stabbed up, they try to put me in PC. PC. I don't do PC. I forced them to let me up out of there and get back in population. You know why I wanted to get back in population? Because I had to show my brothers, this ain't how we go. We go out like warriors. If I'm leaving up out of here, I'm leaving up out of here in the bag. And I just felt like, man, y'all ain't strong enough to kill me. Y'all couldn't kill me with handcuffs and shackles on. So when I get up out that hole, I'm talking about they seen another, I took it up another notch. Let's just say when it was all over with, I brought all the gangs together, the GDs, BDs, Vice Lords, Bloods, Crips, we all black. We come together and we form one unity. And it wasn't shit in there stronger than us. We crushed everything. I'm talking about we did them boys so bad, threw them over ranges. We showed them one time, this ain't what y'all want. I told them, boy, I ain't gonna, and then, you know, from then on out, I set that trans in Lucasville, maximum security. I let them know, boy, I ain't gonna be touching my people in there, not the Muslims, not none of these so-called blackity black groups. A young brother come through there, 18, 135 pounds, and said, this ain't gonna happen. My God had me. My God said, you know what, Azad, I'm with you, man. Bring all the brothers together and y'all, hey, put a stop to that. They wasn't killing brothers no more. A couple of them went down. After a couple of them went down, they knew like, oh, see, when we was spread it out, we wasn't that strong. They was going at us one by one. We had the mentality like, that's a Crip. He ain't one of ours. So even though he was a black man. So I gave him that mentality. I don't care if he a Blood, Crip, Zip, Flip, or whatever he is. That's our brother. That's one of ours. And if they touch one of ours, we got to touch three of them. We got to touch three of them. We ain't going to touch one back. That's weak. I said, when something pop off, we going to clap them in every block. And there's two sides of the penitentiary. We was rocking them in both blocks. And they seemed like when these niggas come together, we can't touch them. Now, guess what happened when all that happened? The gang task force came. Because now they about to build a supermax. So when the gang task force come, they don't say nothing to the white guys. Keep in mind, they were stabbing brothers up down there, killing them. They don't go at them. You know who they wanted? They said, we want to see who Jacoby is. So they come to see me, and they sitting all around me, and they ask me questions, and I asked them. I said, well, when these white guys was down here killing black men, I never seen the gang task force come down here. I watched white guys get out with handcuff keys and still stab up brothers. I didn't see the gang task force came down here. I said, I was stabbed up twice with handcuffs and shackles on. The police set me up. I never seen the gang task force come down here. But soon all us blacks stick together and we crush these motherfuckers. Now y'all want to come and get me and put me in a supermax because y'all say I have too much influence over the inmates. It was the unity that brought us together. That's what scared them. A guy that can unify us and bring us together. Do you know how we had Rosewood and Black Wall Street? I always hear blacks talking about Black Wall Street. Do you know what made us so great with Black Wall Street and Rosewood? We only dealt with each other. We only did with each other. We only built with each other. We only messed with each other. We didn't mess with other nations. The dollar was circulate 30 times before it left out of our community. We don't have that no more. We don't invest in each other no more. We don't trust. Listen, ain't nobody used to have more hatred and hate and murder in their heart than me. I hear a lot of niggas talk that, but I really used to walk that. And then I had to realize, like, I can't keep hurting my own people. I can't keep hurting my own people. Like, if I go get you back, you gonna want some get back. Then I'm gonna want some get back. Then he gonna want, and the shit's still going. It's still going. A lot of them wars in Chicago happened because one guy got beat up and he couldn't accept taking the L, so he wanted to go drape a whole bunch of other dudes in because he got scraped up. It's crazy. Y'all don't know how strong